Alright, everyone. Hello, everyone! Master 47 here, and welcome back to another Titanic building live stream thing. Oh, I just forget I have my thing on. Been a long time. Yeah, it's been a long time since I streamed to begin with. Welcome back, though. Welcome back to the Titanic, of all things. We're back here. As you guys could see, things are slightly different. We are very close to finishing this, this build. I'll send an invite to Deadbird. I did want to show him around, because if you guys don't know, me and Deadbird are the ones who started this ship, and then I just kind of took over after that. But, this. You could do screenshots now? Okay, I didn't know. Anyway, yes, well, welcome back to the Titanic, guys. As you guys could probably see, a few things are different, such as I have little yellow blocks along the sides of the ship there. And if you guys are wondering what these are going to be the entry points. I'm going to try to build the Titanic how she was at the dock, and then we'll go from there. We go down to a F deck if we so choose to. Second class spacing, which then moves into storage for some reason. But I know you guys aren't here for what we already did in the ship. You guys are here for what we have yet to do. So we'll close that and move all the way up into the ship. We'll go through B deck. Now, if you guys seen last episode, or the last one I did of this, we just finished up, or we were finishing up B deck. Now, I'm sure most of you will be more than happy to find out. Grand staircase, moving back into first class accommodation. B deck is done. The pain in my neck that was staterooms and accommodations and parlor suites, I don't have to worry about it anymore, because B deck is done. I'm actually been going through and trying to make the walls look a little bit better with like some blue paneling. I think this looks fairly good, so that'll be extended through all of B deck. Hopefully, at least. But what you guys are interested in is what's after B deck. So cool. On a different account. Oh, okay. Appreciate you showing up, though. You know, into a stewardess cabin. Yeah, nothing interesting in there. Let's move up to A deck. Or should I say, I have half of A deck done pretty much already. I've been working on this. I think A deck I started like 2 days ago, like after work, and then I slowly decided to slowly add on to A deck. This room doesn't have a thing above it. This is A4. But yeah. Ah. Oh, a little bit of mucus. Not long until GTA 6. I know. I might play a little bit more of GTA 5 in upcoming to GTA 6, but here we go. Got our first class cabins. Fairly nice. our A-deck cabins, the highest point of the ship where passengers would be um, accommodated, I guess, wouldn't be the right word, but I don't know. The A-deck grand staircase. And I've been playing around a lot more with the new paintings, as you can see. Titanic didn't have many paintings on her, but in certain spots, like the A-deck grand staircase, I think along these walls here, there were some. So I'm slowly working on getting that. If you guys could see through that. It's 15, 21 now. Oh my gosh. Let's see. If GTA 5 came out in like 2012, right? 2011. And yes, I'm going to look this up right now. It's loading. Yeah, 2013. I was kind of close. 2013. It is 2024 now. I would have been 8. Wow. Wow, I feel old. Yeah, the game came out 13 years ago. I was 8 when it came out. Yeah, I feel really old. But moving on from Titanic, where this isn't a GTA 5 live stream, we'll do. I should do more of those before GTA 6 comes out. See how the game is. It was like 2. Well, that's fair. Alright, moving aft of the grand staircase here, we got the beautiful clock, my attempt on a cherub statue at the bottom of the ship holding a little lantern. I think it looks pretty cool. Moving aft, which I'm going to have to pull up my deck plans because I don't think there are enough windows. I think there should be more windows on this side of the... Okay, yeah, so that's what we'll start with. And we'll slowly work our way aft. Supposed to come out like fall of 2025. Oh, that's like a year from now. It's not that long. Alright, so these are at a speed. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 windows. These are the back 3, so I guess it would be... I need to get 5 in here, so I'll go every 4 blocks. 3, 4, and 5. I could have gone every 5 blocks and gotten away with it. So we'll leave a 4 block gap. Oh. Excuse my, like, me clearing my throat, like, a bunch, guys. Like, I did not think... I was feeling good before I started, and then I started it, and then... Everyone's a little under the weather at this point in time, so... 5... 3, 4, 5... I could add one here, but that's right up against the wall. I don't really like doing that, so we'll cheat with this last one. Like so. Alright, that looks a little bit better. Let's say this hallway looked a bit claustrophobic. Now I got windows in here. It's not as bad. So we will go into the reading and writing room. And this is probably my new favorite looking area of the ship. So 3, 2, one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely one of my new favorite rooms of the ship. As you guys can see, it looks fairly good. And this is from, like, if you walked in perspective. I'm not flying. It just looks so grand, I think. How long did this take to build? Like, I don't even know when me and Deadbird started this project. Like, it was before I had a YouTube channel, so like 2020? Like early 2020, because I started YouTube in September of 2020, so a little bit before I started YouTube there. But look at this room. I love this room so much. I love the way the banners really worked as curtains here. And that's actually intentional. This, oh my gosh. This, room here was, ah, this room, had a raised ceiling. The reading and writing room and the lounge on the other side of the wall, which is also done. There's like 6 rooms I want to try to build in this episode. But I don't know, considering this room took me like 2 hours to build, and the lounge took me about 3, so we'll see how that goes. Hello Neighbor 3's been out. Are you serious? They're doing another one. Hopefully it's better. But, yeah, this part was on a raised roof, so you could actually see 2 decks at a time. The boat deck there. I tried to hide it a little bit more, but if you're standing from this angle, the bits up there don't really... Little raised trim there doesn't really affect you too much. I mean, in all reality, I could take these away, and that's what it's supposed to look like. But I wanted to hide the wood deck above it as best I could. I had a lot of room for ceiling, so I just decided, hey, you can look out. It's actually quite nice in here. I feel like this might be where I'd spend a lot of my time if I was on the Titanic in this room, because it'd be really quiet. It's a reading and writing room. Moving, however, out of this room, we go into the first class lounge, which, see if I can find the lounges of the other classes. Third class didn't have one. Second class would be, aft, I believe. I think this is... One of these is the second class lounge. I think it's through here. Unless this is the library. The smoking room's above us. Okay, that's the wrong staircase, but... Piano. Yeah, this is the library. This isn't no lounge. Is it below us? No, that's the dining room. Yeah, the Bendy movie is in the works. Yes, I really want to go see that when it comes out. B-deck. Was the second class smoking room? I think. If it isn't the smoking room, it's the lounge. That's what I'm sure of. But yeah, very, very nice room, so to speak. I know I'm just teasing the reveal of this room. I'm trying to fly past it without giving away too much of it. Okay, there's the hallway. we'll just go in through the grand staircase. Okay. I also don't know if you guys can hear, but I did install a add-on. It's a dynamic, or it's realistic VFX, I think. It's like the game though. Uh, yeah, the Bendy movie. They can tell a lot of stories with it, but I'm not sure what they're. Oh yeah, they're making Bendy 3. They're making like 3 spin-offs, I think, because they're making, or they're going to release another Boris in the Dark Survival update. They're making the Pit, and I think there's like that adult shooter they're making, and then Bendy 3. Yeah, the Bendy in the Cage. They're doing that adult shooter cartoony one. So that's 2. I don't remember what that one's called. And then Boris in the Dark Survival. And then Bendy 3, so that's like 4 projects. Oh, and the movie, so that's 5 projects at once. It's not very fun when you're one person, but regardless, Realism VFX add-on, you can buy it on the marketplace if you guys want. It's very good. It adds dynamic lighting, so if we go to, like, say it's a little dark in here, I hold this. You guys can't really tell, but I now, like, torches and lanterns light up in my hand. We can actually go up here. I could show you guys what I'm talking about. You guys can see it's all dark in here. I hold out the lantern, and it's light, so that's a fun one. It also adds, like, things with the sun, like glare and on the sun. You can see birds at some points. I turn, like, butterflies and all that off, but those are in here. Just, you can hear wind. Very calming experience. I think I'm going to start a survival world with these settings, just to, like, as like a nice calming. I might do a hardcore survival world at some point, so that'll be fun. Regardless, enough of me yapping. Welcome to the first class lounge. This is also one of my new favorite rooms. I think it looks so good. The floor was a pain, because anytime you're worrying about doing a floor, you gotta worry about the lights below. But I think it looks so, so good in here. Copper, like, not the final tier of weathering, but it's definitely, it's the one right before the final phase of its oxidizing process, so why don't I just show you guys? What is that? Armadillo. Oh, so you can make armor. Yep, I knew that. Oh, I haven't even played with copper bulb. Chiseled copper. It's the weathered, because then there's oxidized, weathered, exposed, and copper. So it's the weather variant of the chairs, and of course it's wax, so it won't oxidize even further. I love these new paintings they added to the game. I think it's really nice. And that's as far as I built back. This room took me 3 hours. Moving on past that, we have a few more rooms to do. We have on the starboard side of the ship, we have a bar for the lounge, and then back behind here, which, wrong way, is the pantry. It's a lounge pantry and lounge and deck pantry. Which, when we start building this, I have a very interesting story, actual story on from the Titanic. Back here we have the aft grand staircase, the not so grand staircase. two more rooms, which I'm. I also have a fairly interesting story when it comes to these rooms. Back through here, the smoking room, which I may or may not move this back. I love these realistic wind sounds. They're so nice. Yeah, so I'm gonna move this back real quick. Oh my gosh, I used dark oak to map all this out. I usually use spruce. It's actually a very subtle change. But I can see it. So we got the first class smoking room, which also is going to come with an interesting story behind it. And moving a little bit more aft, we have the how would you even get in this room? It's a veranda court, and the other is a cafe. I don't know which is which, I'm sorry, but how would you even get in this room? Oh, in the back here, there's doors. It's like sliding doors. Okay. And then a little bit further back, we have the second class staircase, and that'll go up. Second class doesn't have any part in this ship, or in this on this deck, except for just the staircase to get up to here, which is how they get onto the boat deck here. But we've only got a few more rooms, and I just want to see how far we can get. So yeah, enough yapping, and I shall get started with building. Okay, moving to the midship area. One thing that isn't very realistic throughout here is the fact that many of these hallways, like this one, I think it would have been like right here, and down these hallways would have been revolving doors instead of but you can't really do revolving doors in Minecraft, so I'm not going to be able to do that, of course. But which is unfortunate, but we'll get by without him. We didn't need him. We didn't need him anyway. I have got a text, a boy. Okay, sorry guys, my buddy texted me. My buddy who holds all my Skylanders for me. But enough about that. Let's get this room done. So, is that a load-bearing wall? Yes and no, but we can get past that. So, this little vestibule thing here There is a dresser along this back wall. Other than that, though. So I'm going to design this in a weird way here. Okay. And by the way, I'm using chiseled bookshelves. I'm using the top texture because I think it looks really good for this room. Now this was like tan. I don't even know if it was carpet. It was like tan, like flooring, and I couldn't really find anything that piqued my interest. I mean, there's brown glazed terracotta, but that's a little too dark for what I was trying to do here. So I found these, and I really like the look of the like paneling. It looks pretty fancy. So we're going to use them. Okay. Let's say I'm going to make these full blocks. Just give me a second. What? Place. There we go. I was too close to it. Okay. Okay, I'm not going to be able to do anything fancy on top of this. Dresser. And the fun part with dressers is I can just place like that. And that works like so. So this room is done apart from lights. So I'm going to grab lanterns. Now, Titanic, interestingly enough, another little fun fact for y'all, only had one working fireplace on board. The rest were heaters behind grates. And the it's not the fireplace in the lounge here, although there is one back here. This was not the working fireplace. The working one was in the smoking room. And that's a little bit further back. That would be this room right here. There's a fireplace along this back wall. Regardless, sorry I get into my ramblings. We might get there this episode. I don't know, though, yet. Alright, so for this room, is there anything on the other side of it? Yes, there is. However, here... Okay, so what we're going to do for this is I'm going to take out these two blocks here, because there's nothing behind it, and I'm going to grab regular bookshelves. Like so. And then I need a bit of a stronger looking door. Are these doors... They're not. Oh, this is it. That's good. Okay. We use copper doors there, and that is a wine cooler kind of thing. And then there is a little shelving unit here. Wrong block. And I'm going to do that. And also place... Now, it says this is a bar, but I don't really think it's for passengers. I really think this is where they kept all the booze for the passengers. I don't... Because this doesn't look like it. Just the way it's, I'm reading this, it's not really... So one interesting thing I would like to I've got an interesting story for all you Disney fans out there. Did I place? Okay, I did. So I went to a gaming convention here 2 weeks ago now. Wow, time flies, doesn't it? I think that's all I'm gonna do for this room right here. I am really just trying to get this ship done. I have a lot of plans for it, and I've been building little bits of it when I get home from work. And I just really want to get it done because I really want to build the dock so that we can naturally get in and out of it without flying upon it, and just start getting tours to people, because I showed a buddy of mine this ship, and it was just, he just kept going down the corridors. He got lost. I showed him around. Could be a very good game of hide and seek in here, though. He brought up that as an interesting point. I said, you know, it really would. So I may do Titanic hide and seek at some point with a couple buddies. What's this room? Okay, these rooms are actually cut short by a little bit more. So we're like, this is... I don't even know what this is right here. My only guess is there is a window here, which I threw my windows away. And there's like a door here. I guess it's a cloak and tank room. Now what that is, I don't know, but whatever. Alright, moving on. We're gonna do the pantry now, so... But anyway, Disney fans, I'll finish this story and then I'll get on to an interesting story that actually happened in this room. So, Disney fans out there, so I went to this gaming convention in Altoona 2 weeks from now, 2 weeks ago. And there were a lot of people there, a lot of the cast from... It was like three or four reunions they did. They brought in a lot of the cast from Supernatural, the show, which... If you guys haven't seen that show, it's pretty much like adult Gravity Falls. It's like Gravity Falls for 18 plus. It's actually a pretty good show. I watched a little bit of the first season. I'm on like halfway through. And there were a lot of cast from that show. There, we met Mark Shepard and Ruth Connell. Very nice people, by the way. Very nice. Like, you see these celebrities and you don't... half of you does... Like, one part of you doesn't expect them to be, like, really nice, but they are. And that was really nice. We got pictures, we got autographs. So that was one of the reunions they did. The second reunion was Hocus Pocus. Some of the cast from the movie Hocus Pocus. I can't remember who all was there. I have a flyer somewhere, but I'm not going to spend time digging those up. But we didn't meet any of them, but I would have liked to. If I had saved up from a lot earlier, we would have been good on that part. But I didn't, like a silly sausage, and oh well. So they were there. I'm guessing nice people. I didn't meet them though, so. but my guess they would are probably really nice people. So that was already really nice. They had whether I'm forgetting how to build staircases. The Titanic stairs. Let's see, they also had some of the Sonic cast was there. It was the lady who voices Tails right now in Sonic, and it was also the guy who voiced Knuckles in the like the '90s animated show, where I don't know if it was '90s, '80s, but he was there. I didn't meet him either, but that's okay. Uh, so a Sonic reunion, Hocus Pocus reunion, and a Supernatural reunion. And the fourth was, um, for all you Disney fans out there, a Goofy movie reunion. They had the voiced. They actually had Bill Farmer there, the guy who voices Goofy. So I met him. He was really nice. He was really nice. He's probably my favorite one there. And they also had Jason Marsden there, who voices his son in the movie, but he also does a lot of other voice acting work, like he voices the cat in Hocus Pocus, and so many others. So we got pictures with them, and they signed my copy of a Goofy movie, which I have the VHS, so it's really cool. It was really cool to meet them. And the guy who did Bill Farmer, he did the voice for me, and I was so calm and composed until that moment. I'm gonna put up here that this is a pantry, so I don't get lost. That's not what I meant to do. Oh my gosh, I can't even place the... See, I met Goofy. That was really fun. Got a lot of pictures of cosplayers. I think there was a Captain American Winter Soldier. A couple Batmans. Actually, 3D printed a couple Batarangs. And handed them out to the different Batmans at the convention. So that was fun. And yeah, we had a really good time. Met a lot of fun people. Yes, I'm building the whole Titanic. But yeah, convention was really fun. I'd love to go back. We're going to... We might be going to the one... There's one in Monroeville, Pennsylvania, here in December 4th, or no, December 8th. And a lot more celebrities are going to be there. Two I really want to meet is Matthew Lillard and Tom Kenny, the guy who voices SpongeBob. I really want to meet them. See if Matthew Lillard will sign my Spring Bonnie cosplay. Because that would be really cool. But yeah, really nice people. Definitely would go back again. I'm just gonna place a little pillar in here because it's like a little square here. I don't know what it is, but yeah. So that was a couple weeks ago. If there are any icebergs nearby. Yes, the whole Titanic. We're building. I've for about 4 years now, I think. Well, the exterior didn't take too long. The exterior, you can find many tutorials on how to build Titanic. It was time zone in USA. Time is it? I don't actually know. It's like 5 It's 3 o'clock pretty much. It's whatever your minutes are. We're 5 hours behind, so it's only like 3 p.m. for us. Okay, I'm gonna do this because I don't even know what I'm building here. But yeah, there are no icebergs in Minecraft, thankfully. Um, but I do plan on building this world as like a whole big Titanic memorial world. I plan on giving tours to people and just sharing my knowledge of Titanic with a lot of people, because a lot of people don't know a lot of Titanic knowledge, which is okay. That's one topic I wish a lot of my history class never went over, but I really wish they would have, was the sinking of the Titanic. And just Titanic in general. So I do plan on doing that in the future with this world. Like, build the ship. Like, this is gonna be the ship that's at the dock, so people can get on, explore. Then we're gonna have, I plan on doing like different stages in the sinking, like right before she hits the iceberg, and then hitting right after she hit the iceberg, and then sinking. We'll do a couple builds of that, and then maybe a wreck site. But this is the one that's gonna be at the dock. So. Alright, sounds good. I didn't put a light in here, did I? Oh, because it's the pantry. I was wondering what the heck. So, real quick before we finish that room, I have a actual good Titanic story to tell. Like a little interesting story to tell about the sinking. The Britannic, the sister to Titanic, the youngest sister of the Olympic class, the HMHS Britannic, or the RMS Britannic, which is what she would have been had it not been for World War One. HMHS Britannic, hospital ship during World War One. She was going to be the grandest ship of the Olympic class, as the younger sister to the Titanic and the youngest sister to the Olympic. Unfortunately, though, she was dragged into the war and was a hospital ship. Now, ironically, she was sunk by a mine off the Greek island of Kea and sank in the Mediterranean Sea on November 6th or 5th of 1916. And she's actually the largest passenger shipwreck on the ocean, in the ocean. At least the ones that we've discovered. Raising the Titanic. Honestly, I don't know why so many people are so, like, into that idea of raising the Titanic. Like, it's already down there, guys. Just let it. Just let it down there at this point. There's nothing. No, it's not possible, to answer your question. But as we're finishing up this room, though, sorry I got into a little bit of a ramble about the Britannic. The Titanic, when she was sinking, I'd say closer to the end of her life, like 9 or like 2:05 a.m. or 2:10 a.m., somewhere around there. Maybe possibly a little bit later, of course, and I just don't know my times off the top of my head, which I should. if they tried, it depends how good of condition the wreck is in. Like, because a lot of people say it's not even like that. They'd have to. They were able to raise a piece of Titanic. It's in a museum. I don't know which museum it's in. It's called the Big Piece. I think it's in Tennessee, actually. Well, part of it is. They cut it in half and sent one part somewhere and another part another place. It's called the Big Piece. Look it up. Look up the story to it. And it's only. Again, I'm getting into another ramble, but it's like a section of the ship that is like right here or so. It's got sea deck, like a little bit above sea deck, 2 porthole windows, or 2 spots for portholes, and then down a little bit onto D deck, and has a little bit of these double windows right here. These double portholes right here. And it was broken off. They didn't cut it off the wreck. It was broken off when the ship broke in half. So fortunately, they didn't have to damage the wreck to get this piece up. How they got it up? It's like a 50-ton section of steel. So how they got it up is they couldn't put air down there because wouldn't be able to get air down that far. Like, it's like 2.5 miles just straight down. I think it's a little bit further than that. It's like 100. It's quite far down. I should know how far she is down, but I don't off the top of my head. So what they had to do, the only thing more like less dense than water, they took down this little. I say it's little. It's not little. It's like the size of maybe 2 or 3 cars. This like pillow. It is like a pillow, pretty much. It's an inflatable. Pretty much. It was inflatable. And what they did, they pumped it full of. They set that under the piece, and they pumped it full of diesel fuel, which is actually less dense than water, so that allowed the bag to raise up and float. And they got this piece. Well, they got it up to the surface, and then it slipped off, or they lost it somehow, and it fell back down onto the ocean surface, and it actually stuck up straight up and down. And they got it back up and got it up. Needless to say, that theory has been. People have thought of using the same theory to lift up the Titanic. The only problem is actually getting a hold of that much diesel fuel. And 2, you're not getting something under the Titanic, considering most of it is embedded into the sand. And 3, yes, it very well could break apart while you're doing that, so. But it's an interesting. No, there is no company that's going to essentially waste that much money. Because you gotta think how much money this at a financial point. There's no company that's going to, first of all, get an expedition to go down to the Titanic. and you have to find maybe not one like thing, like one of those floaters. You'd have to get like hundreds of those, and even then, like how many gallons of just how many hundreds of gallons of diesel fuel you'd have to pump down there. And that stuff's not cheap, like at all. Wait, what? When you use light blocks. Huh? I'm using frog lights for light sources because I think it looks a lot more like uh ceiling lights than lanterns would. And then when you bring up the Titanic, as soon as it hits air, because it hasn't hit air in like 112 years, the whole thing would just like disintegrate as soon as it hits air. So you're it's not financially a good idea. Thousands of gallons. Okay, I don't know what it actually was that they used, but I'm just going off of memory. How did I mess this up? But yeah, it's not a good idea to do so. You're going to destroy the wreck faster than you would uh, than if we just leave it down there, which is what ultimately we're going to have to do. And then even if we could get it up and let it go by itself, like by the time we would end up restoring it, there would be pretty much no, and actually habitable again, for like a museum or whatever, there's no bit pretty much of the actual Titanic, of the original Titanic that would be left. So, and that's going to cost millions of dollars. And yeah, nobody's putting that much money. Better, I think we better have better chances getting her sister, the Britannic, up. But even then, like, we'd be in the same situation. Am I building the interior based on pictures? That's a good question. I am actually using a tutorial for the walls and all that. So the interior tutorial you can find on YouTube under a user Pipkin06, one of my YouTube friends, who I'd really like to play Minecraft with at some point, but with her living in the UK, I live in America, it's a little hard to get a time frame. But she and a friend built the Titanic, put an interior inside of it, and lo and behold, and they posted it on YouTube. And quite impressive, by the way. And I'm using the interior tutorial for the walls. Yeah, if only you could use stairs. I think this works for deck chairs, though. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to shut the door. But, and then for the interior, the actual, like, room, like, the actual furniture and all that, I'm using the deck plans on encyclopediatitanica.org, which I think you actually have to pay a subscription for now, but I think it's worth it. If you're doing something like what I'm using it for, it's worth it. But and it's not even just deck plans you can find on this website. You can also find like a list of all the passengers on the ship, like a list of survivors, lists of um, victims, and you can like look up their biography. It's really cool. I recommend checking it out. If you guys have spare time, I recommend checking it out. I'm finally going to get to this story of this room and why I think it's one of the most important rooms in the ship, especially during the sinking. So, like 210, maybe a little bit after. This is right before Titanic's bridge went underwater. So think about it like this: Titanic had been sinking slowly, with her bow going underwater. Keep in mind, the whatever's red would be under the water already, because that's where she floats. From there, the water would raise up from the hours of 11:40 from when she hit the iceberg to 2:10. The water, Titanic sank low enough to about a deck there, maybe a bit lower. So her bridge is about to go underwater at 2:10, and from the minutes of 2:10 to 2:20, she sank. Quite remarkable. But yeah, Robert Ballard was the first person that found the wreck. I'd really like to meet him one day, just to sit down and talk with him about the Titanic, but that's probably never going to happen. Regardless, somewhere between 2:10 and 2:15. So 2:15 was right before she took her final plunge, which would have been pretty much when the first funnel fell to when she broke up. From the hours of 2:10 to 2:15, a man by the name of Charles Yawkin, the chief baker on the ship, it was his personal goal to make sure there was as little alcohol on board Titanic when she sank as physically possible. So he got hammered over the course of the sinking. And he was seen throwing children from the boat into the lifeboats. He was also seen throwing deck chairs overboard for people to grab onto and possibly survive. And he was also seen drinking during this time. So at some point between 2:10 and 2:15, he came down here into this pantry and grabbed, or it might have been a deck lower, but I believe it was this pantry. Okay, this is just one big wall here, or this one big staircase. I think this leads down to E deck. I'm actually going to test this theory. How far down does this staircase go? B deck, C deck, D deck, E deck. Okay, I was right. So he was up on the one on A deck or B deck, although I think he was up here. So when he was in here, he was grabbing more alcohol, whether it be champagne or whether it be wine. I don't know what it would have been, or something, that's for sure. So he decided he came down here, and he only got out of this room when he heard something inside the ship buckle, like it was a bang, almost. And he described it later in his testimony. He did survive, by the way. Remarkable survivor story, and I'll get to that. It was like a big bang he heard. And he associated that bang with, it was like, I think in his words, it was like the iron parting. It wasn't like an explosion or anything. It was like something buckled inside the ship. And we use that, people in the Titanic community have used that as evidence of Titanic's breakup being slower than in the James Cameron film, where it's just like it gets to a certain point and then the whole ship just breaks her back. Now, it's a remarkable survivor story. He actually got up on the stern. You can actually see him in the movie Titanic. At the end where Jack and Rose are on the back of the ship, just split in half. They're writing it down. The man with them is Charles Yawkin. He actually got up on the stern and rode the thing down like an elevator, as he later said. And he actually survived paddling around in the water for 2 hours. Keep in mind the water is 30 degrees Fahrenheit. Water freezes at 32. Oh no, water freezes. It was cold. It was past freezing. Which, it didn't freeze because it was salt water, which, that's the reason behind that. And the reason he survived was, I think a lot of people say, or he was in the water for 2 hours. Keep in mind, a regular person wouldn't be able to survive in that cold of water for, I think, most people lasted about 10 to 20 minutes, if that, in that water. And he was swimming around for 2 hours, and I think the only thing, like he had swollen feet, I think, was the only thing he had from that, which is remarkable. How his story is just remarkable. I recommend looking into it if you guys get a chance. But we're moving actually back into the back of the ship a lot more than we are. Obviously, we started front and are working our way back. A lot more interesting stories can come from the upper deck at the stern, namely being from the final moments of Titanic. This room being another, this bedroom we're building right now is another interesting room to be considered. This is a bedroom slash bathroom, A36. Could house 3 people. 3 passengers. Oh, well, I probably should have, there's a staircase right here, too. Interesting. Okay, but, this room, that room, fairly interesting because it was, actually used by a very important man in Titanic's story. If any of you are Titanic nerds. Yeah, the lanterns shine lights. It's because I have a add-on. I bought one. It's called... I'll go down to resource packs. It's both behavior pack and resource pack. It's called Realism VFX Add-on. You can buy it on the Minecraft Marketplace for like $5, I think. And it adds a lot of stuff into the game, like graphically. It adds... let's see if I can get out on deck to show you guys. It adds dynamic lighting with lanterns and torches. So those are pretty cool. It adds, when you look up at the sun, it adds glare to the sun. And various other stuff like you can see birds flying through. And different things for different like weather conditions, like rain. Nighttime looks really nice, like sunsets. And daybreak looks really nice. I went to settings instead of... So if I go to weather... Or not weather, time. And for example, I'll go to sunrise. You guys can see the moon has its own glare. The sun, well, it's not up yet, but... By the way, the ship looks really nice at night. I think so, at least. I just got to get the rooms up here done. And then it looks really good at other points of the day, like regular old night. Yeah, it looks really good, and I really want to do a survival Minecraft series with this. I'll go to day. I don't know where that sun would be. See, it looks really good when you just look down the ship like this. Get the sun gleaming off of it. It's only like $5. For what it's worth, it was a good $5 well spent. And you can also, and it'll add a few things, like, I don't know if this is in survival, but in creative, you can look and trigger, like, various weather things, like northern lights, birds. Every once in a while you see birds. I've noticed, at least, they're flying. Yeah, you'll see birds flying across the sky, or at night you'll see meteor showers, possibly, or shooting stars. Let's see what else. Leaves will fall from trees. Rainbows could appear. Flies, butterflies, fireflies. You know, tumbleweeds sometimes. It's very nice. I'd love to play around with it more, and I only bought it for this because of how the sun looks and all that. And I originally thought it was dynamic lighting was for these, like all the other light, it would show like around corners. Well, that wasn't the case, but I think it still looks very good. Like, don't get me wrong, I love it. So there's a door that's supposed to go here. And there's windows that go along this hallway. There's a lot of hallways. But I recommend it. Of course, I could just be biased because it makes this world look so good. Which I probably am biased. Because this world is my baby. This and the Rockfire world are just my babies. I'm going to stick a lantern in there, just so that staircase isn't as dark. So this next, so there's like a thing there. It's like every 3 blocks or so. Okay, I need to know how far the, okay, so it's only supposed to be 3 windows on this side and 2 on that side. To be a bit more, I'm going to move one of the windows from over on that side over to this side. Just to, I have the space. I might as well use it. And I'm going to place the ribs of the ship. Okay, so they're right above the windows. I'm going to grab these smooth quartz slabs here and just place them. They're right above the windows. And just place some beams across here. As what would have been in the ship. Just not in like first class, like big first class spaces like the lounge and all that. And where they had support beams, they obviously tried to hide them. There we go, we'll put some lighting in here. And I might as well cut out the floor of this room and the next room we're doing. Actually, yeah, I will wait on this one because... What time is it? Okay, I need to be done. I have 30 minutes. It's enough time. Okay. So, A36. A very important... not so much an important room, but a very important person stayed in this room during Titanic's voyage. And that would be her chief engineer... Or not engineer, her chief designer, Thomas Andrews. And, you know, you can look into Thomas Andrews. He, a profound shipbuilder at her... Water effects look really cool. Oh my gosh, when you're in the water, I never noticed that. Oh, sorry guys, I'm just like... I'm like falling in love with this add-on. Just, it looks so good. It really does. I had no idea it added bubbles to the water. Regardless, Thomas Andrews, important guy. He was the chief designer of the Titanic, which is the Olympic class in general. He unfortunately perished during the Titanic's sinking. A real shame. He was a really talented shipbuilder. So there's the sink. I'm gonna give it, and then this is going to be the les toilettes, or how the French say it. There we go. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. I did not plan that. Oh, the one I take out. Okay. So for these, I'm going to grab a hold of a nether quartz block for these rooms, because these are like not really high-end rooms, but just because I feel like it, I'm gonna actually give these rooms flooring rather than it just being flat out wood. Just because these are probably would have been more expensive rooms. And Andrews was on the ship as like a guarantee group, like if anything would go down, you know, this guarantee group would know what's happening or would be the best to have on board should anything go down. Which, I'm not sure if you guys know, but something went down that night. And every member of the Guarantee group, well, there were 11 of them. No, there were 10 of them. I don't like these creepy cave noises. I really don't. And, oh yeah, this is A dash 36. Actually, I don't put dashes on my rooms. I should, but A36. And there were 10 of these Guarantee group members. Only 9 of them perished. It would have been all 10, but one of them, I don't remember his name right now off the top of my head. I know too much, guys. I can't remember everything. But, he got off the ship, I think, at Belfast. No, the ship left from Belfast. He was supposed to be on for the whole ship, or for the whole voyage. Let's see, he got on at Southampton, probably went through Cherbourg, and then I think he got off at Queenstown, Ireland. Something with his family, someone in his family was sick or something, and he was like, I can't do this. And he got off, which most likely saved his life that night. Unfortunately, I think he died like 5 months later, or a couple years later, due to an accident at a shipping yard at Harland and Wolff, so. Which is unfortunate. But another fun fact, because a lot of people say, and they are right to say this, I guess, every member of Titanic's Guarantee group perished in the sinking, which, yes and no, because one got off. 9 of them perished during the sinking. One was not on the ship, but should have been. He probably likely would have perished during the sinking. Man, I haven't built rooms in a while, due to well, there were the 30-something room, like 35 rooms up near the front of the ship. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Up near the front of A deck. And then there are these 2 rooms down this way. Very nice room. I'm actually going to add a bit of blue carpet on top of this desk to commemorate that as a blueprint for the ship, as this was Thomas Andrews' cabin. And he actually did a blueprints aboard the ship of Titanic. He was actually taking notes for the Britannic, like things he could change here and there. Like, they change a lot of stuff from Olympic's main voyage to Titanic's, just because it looked a lot nicer. Okay, it does not look like we're going to get to the first class smoking room this episode. Which is unfortunate. I really wanted to build a big room, big open room with you guys. I actually wanted to finish A deck this episode, but my ramblings and us walking around and all that, prevented, dang it, us from making any real progress, which I'll take the blame for this one. We're right above a bathroom, too. And different rooms, so I'm knocking out lights everywhere I go. I had somebody ask me one time, what do I do in the background? Like, while I'm building this. And I thought I'd answer that right now. What I do for, like, background noise is I will put on, like, a documentary. Like a Titanic documentary, or, like, just a maritime documentary, like. Are you kidding me? I mean, this is all wall, so. Okay, so this is also a bathroom. This room's the same as its counterpart on the other side of the ship. Just this is a 37, which I think this room was unoccupied during the voyage. I'm not certain on that one, though, so I apologize for my unknowingness on this. Where are we? We are right at the end of the B deck suites, so to speak. In the Cage coming next year? Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I still need to play Dark Revival on the channel, to be fair, which I don't know when I'm going to. But I might play it soon, I might not play it. I don't know. Or I might not play it soon, I might play it soon. I don't know. I have it on PlayStation, I just haven't gotten around to playing it yet. Which is unfortunate. I hear it's a, I played a little bit of it. I played, like, I think I played the first chapter of the game off camera. I just wanted to see what it was about. And it was very interesting. I do enjoy Bending the Ink Machine, though. A lot better than I did Dark Revival. But I only played, like, a little bit of it. Of Dark Revival, so. I'm not 100% confident about playing it as I was Bending the Ink Machine. Whereas I played that multiple times. And I've not really played Dark Revival, which... So I don't know if that's going to be a game on the channel like I'm going to play, but we will see about it. Alright. Alright, let's get this room. Come on. Of course, the PC I have, the little laptop I have to look at these plans on is not the best, so the Encyclopedia Titanica website does lag quite a bit, which is unfortunate. Okay, so that's... Okay, so it's like this wall or something? Or something. No, it's that. No, I was right. I think I was right the first time. This is the bunk bed. Debunk. Debunk bid. Okay, and then there's a thing there. Thing there. A desk goes here. Get rid of all these walling bricks here. I need... Probably could get rid of the glass too, but I know I'm going to be using that. Let's do like that. And I also don't know what this is going to be, what this map is going to be, like, all used for. I would like to do, like, a Minecraft Titanic film, which I think would be really cool, with, like, May Deadbird and all them. But no, I just feel like that's been, like, so overdone. Like, essentially, like, what would be the difference of this than another Titanic film? And one thing I was always against with films on this matter was them using made-up people like Jack Rose and all them. Which is why I'm more a fan of A Night to Remember, which is a wonderful Titanic film, by the way. It was made in the 50s. The only, like, historical, like, inaccuracy there is Titanic didn't break up in that film. It sank in one piece, and that's before they found the wreck, so they didn't know. But I recommend checking it out. I think it's a good film. Okay. Alright, I think I can even have time to do this. The aft grand staircase. That's not a word. That's better. Alright, that's perfect. Okay, so the not as grand staircase. Oh, my bad. All these are supposed to be... all these walls are supposed to be spruce. Oops. I will do the walls, and I will do the ceiling supports, and I think that's all the farther I'm going to be able to get, because it is already... It's already 4:45. I need to go somewhere at 5, so... This is A 36. And part of me thought that was outside of the ship. By the way, most of these pictures I'm going off of are either real photographs of Olympic, or they're from the game Titanic: Honor and Glory. Hello. So, if any of you are wondering where I got everything from, that's most of it, at least. So I woke up this morning. Well, not even this morning, this afternoon. I was tired. I finally got a good sleep. For once in a while. I finally got like a good over 8 hours of sleep. I feel so refreshed right now, you guys have no idea. Okay, this is A37. But, yeah, so finally got a good amount of sleep last night. And I woke up this afternoon, it would have been, in reality. And it was snowing. And it's the first snow of the year. Which I know some places are supposed we're supposed to get like near me. We're supposed to get like close to like 7 inches of snow, and I'm like, oh, I hope that doesn't happen. And it was just a light sprinkle of snow, which was good. I'm gonna have to switch up this dome just a tad. And just place like blocks through here so you can't see down the into the reciprocating engine casing. Which I think something got lost in translation. I don't think I should have to do that. I think the staircase on my end should be back a bit further. But something got lost in translation. Okay, so this beam goes up. I went right down a... Oops. We'll go right to here. And I'm going to place a thing here to prove it. And same thing with this end. Is that right? Yeah. And then smack, smack. Boom, boom, smack, smack. And then up, boom, boom, smack, smack. Alright. I only do this so that the fences have a full block to latch onto. They actually look like they're support. Which, there are definitely a few things I would have done differently. Hot doink. Hot doink. If I were to do this again, like, I definitely would have done this a little bit differently. I think. Okay, these supports don't actually exist. Apparently. Going off of Titanic, Honor, and Glory, of course, because that's what image I have. It's probably like the most... Okay, if you guys heard that gust of wind, that was in the game. I thought that was outside and a car was going past. That was in the game. So I'm looking for this car and nothing popped up. I'm like, wait a minute, that's the game. That was weird. That was strange. I did not expect that. Wow. Okay, so that follows in flush with that, so I'm gonna go and do something like that. It's like a little pattern because this would have sat flush, or this would have had like a trim around it to make it look better. And I can't really pull that off, and I'm gonna grab my frog lights again. They're over here. My God. Like that right there, I keep thinking that's a car driving down the road. I'm just like, then there's no car, and I'm like, huh? Okay, so that had that. And I'm going to have to build another cherub right here. Great. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Which means, like, that dust right there. I think that's from... I don't know, the fact that this has been here for a while and I'm... Okay. So, time to do another cherub. I need an armor stand. I keep thinking that's either outside, like the wind outside, or that's a car. But it is neither. And I'm quite shocked. Okay. Leather, helmet, leather, chest plate, and leather pants. Okay, so what I do here, I pose the thing like that. Give it a lantern. Dress it up like that. Now I grab a slab and put it there. By the way, if you guys want to use this design for cherub, I don't care, honestly. And now you grab a piston and something to power it. Place the piston. Luckily, I can place it off that beam. And using the redstone block, okay. Preferably, and I screwed this up, you put a block behind it so it doesn't move up the stairs. Alright, let's try this again. And power it so that the slab is now inside of the thing. Remove the block behind it and make it a slab. Actually, if you even want to just raise up that railing in the middle there. Boom. There you go, there's cherub. And it does look like we have a not as grand clock in the back here. But anyway, guys, that's all the time I have for in this episode. I do hope you all enjoyed. If you guys want to see the final little bits of the Titanic here, let me know, honestly. I had a lot of fun doing this. We just have this room to do, the smoking room, the veranda cafe, and the palm court to do. I don't know which is which, but sorry. So yeah, we will we'll get this finished up as we go along. A bit of there, that's better. So if you guys want to see me build the last of these first class rooms, Are these fancy first class rooms on stream? Let me know in the comments. I'll do the officers' quarters probably off camera because it's pretty much just all accommodations. And then see what else is there. All accommodations for first class or for the officers, and I'll probably do um, the boat deck grand staircase on cam. And then I'm going to have to sort out the rigging, and I'm just going to break a hole through here so we can easily get in and out. Because the ones on the funnels look really slack. Like that doesn't really look like it's holding the funnels in place. So there's that. Like some of the rigging, like the high wire on the masts, I think looks good enough. This I'd like to switch. I'd like to change the one connecting to the wireless room. Some of these on the masts here I'm fine with. These ones, no. These ones, no. Those ones I'm okay with. The front two are okay. And the aft mast is a little bit different. I've got two I really want to change out too. Like these here. These three are fine. This back one definitely needs switched out. These two aren't actually too bad. Of course, these are here as well. Maybe the angle of them. But regardless, guys, I do hope y'all enjoyed. I'll see y'all in the next episode. Bye-bye!